Hello everybody and welcome back to another Animal Crossing video. My name is Danielle, and if you are new here, please consider subscribing to the channel for more amazing Animal Crossing videos. Today we are doing some more design stuff. It is Nature Day and there are a whole bunch of new endless possibilities. So stick around while I show you all of these different things that you can do with your town now that it is Nature Day. If you're anything like me, you have been trying tirelessly to reach 5 stars. You've been planting flowers, you've been digging up flowers, you've been searching and sifting through items, buying items, trying to catch as many tarantulas as you can, selling those tarantulas, going back and buying more items, rearranging items, literally everything, and yet you're still stuck at 2 stars. Now that Nature Day is here, we've got a ton more options that we can mess around with and hopefully increase all of our score. So if you've noticed anything, you will see as I'm running around, you see hedges. Yep, hedges right here. And we've also got bushes. All different kinds of bushes. You can actually get some at your town, and you can get different types at other towns as well. So here's what you have to do. You go ahead and you plant 5 bushes. This will unlock hedges. When you go talk to Mr. Nook over here, you will then be given the DIY to make these hedges. Now here's why that's so important. Hedges are a type of fencing, so you can either go around and replace your fencing with these hedges, or you can double up. And I will show you what I mean by that in a little bit. Now, one thing that you want to do is you do not want to sell your weeds. If you look at this, you do need 10 weeds to make these hedges, and you do get 10 at a time, just like you would with any other fence. But do not sell your weeds to Leif when he comes. That is my #1 recommendation, so that you can make as many of these hedges as possible. So my very first design tip is to change things up a little bit and go ahead and find an area where you have some fencing that maybe it just doesn't look as aesthetically appealing as you want it to, and you can actually rip up that fencing and go ahead and replace that fencing with the hedges like you've seen here. I think that this makes it look a little bit more natural, and to me it just feels more open and airy, where the fencing kind of made it feel a little bit more closed in than what I wanted. So I really enjoyed this change a lot. Another thing you can do is you can put these hedges down over top of some paths. So here you can see I'm just putting it over top of a dirt path, just so that you can kind of see the difference between just putting it in grass and putting it over the dirt path. It's really up to you if you like one way or another, but it's just one more way to add another layer of appeal. Another great tip that I can offer you as far as design with some of these Nature Day items is to make some little garden beds to kind of almost use as a fence, but instead of it being a fence, it's more of just kind of a border to what you're doing. So here you can see around my little play area, I didn't really have anything here, but you could tell I wanted something here. So I'm going to go ahead and make a dirt path and use it as a garden bed to kind of make a barrier. However, instead of filling it with just flowers, now I can fill it with bushes. So I am doing a pattern with bush, flower, and I'm not time traveling, so unfortunately in this video I can't show you what it looks like when the bushes are fully grown, but you can get the idea that this is just going to add another layer of appeal to my design, where it would have just been a layer of flowers. Now it is going to have the bushes, which should match in with the hedges as well. Now here's my favorite design tip. You can actually layer up the hedges and the fences. So you can do a couple of different things. Here you can see I've done a dirt path with flowers, and then I'm putting a lattice fence behind that, and then behind the lattice fence I'm actually adding the hedges. I decided I wanted to try this method in between houses, so I decided to put it next to this house, and as you can see I used the simple wooden fence here, and I think this looks pretty cute. But then I thought we can even add some trees behind this, and not only have we added flowers and doubled up our fencing, but now we can also add more trees behind this design, and all of those things are designs that are going to raise your evaluation. So I went ahead and added just basic hardwood trees. I wasn't so sure how this was going to turn out, but after I was finished, it turned out to be a really beautiful design, and if done properly and put in between all of your houses, it will turn out beautiful. So here's how this design turned out in the end, and then it got me thinking. This is not the only fence in the game. There are a lot more possibilities with this. So what happens if we switch this fence out? What happens if we put the hedges in front of the fence instead of behind the fence? Let's check this out. So here is what I did for everybody. I went ahead and I put up a couple different fences, and I put hedges behind them and in front of them with a dirt path in the very front. And this can kind of give you an idea of which type of fencing and what setup you like. Just imagine your favorite flowers in front of them. But you can see here's the simple wooden fence, the lattice fence. Then we also have the Zen fence and the brick fence, or the brick wall. Personally, I really like all of these, but I think the brick fence is probably my favorite. And I also really do like the lattice fence and the simple fence. I think the simple fence with the hedges behind it is my second favorite, and the brick with the hedges in front of it is my absolute favorite. Since I really like the brick one so much, this gave me another idea. I headed back to my original location and I started ripping out the hedges and the simple wooden fence, and I am going to replace it with the hedges in front and the brick wall behind it and see what that looks like. While you see me working here, I do want to mention that I am sorry that it's so dark at this point in the video. Like I said, I do not time travel, so it's nighttime. I'm just gonna be honest. But here is how it turned out, and I am in love with this design. So this is definitely what I will be sticking to, and hopefully it has helped inspire you to do something similar or given you a whole new idea to use these hedges for. Now we're going to jump back in time a little bit. I just wanted to show you what I did around my house. I decided to make this dirt path area, garden, whatever you want to call it, around my house. And I am just kind of doing a pattern with some lilies and some of the bushes that I've gotten. Like I said, the bushes add a whole new dimension. So if you have a spot where you can add them, definitely add them. Or if you can kind of swap them out and make a pattern with your flowers and do flowers, bushes, flower bushes, this just adds a whole new level and a whole new layer to your garden. The other thing I've done is I've added some hedges to the back of the garden just to kind of make it look a little bit more complete. Although they aren't technically a flower, it still counts as fencing, and you can really use it however you want. It doesn't have to be used as fencing. Use it for an actual design or use it for your garden. Just kind of however you see fit, but I think adding it to the back of the house just makes it look so much more complete. Alright everybody, I think that's going to be it for this video. I hope that it has been helpful to you, and I hope that you've seen some new design ideas that maybe you didn't know about before, or that it has inspired you to do something in your town that you might not have been able to do before, you didn't realize that you can do. And thank you guys so much again for watching. Please consider hitting that subscribe button and supporting my channel, and come back to see more Animal Crossing videos soon. Comment down below which style of fencing and hedges was your favorite and who is your favorite villager. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I will see you in the next one.